And let's kick it off with talking about Cody Rhodes and his torn bicep right off the bone. Now, the first thing I do want to do is I want to actually link you guys, and I will put this in the description and whatnot, but I want to link you guys to a video, a very interesting video. I want to get the guy's name right who made this video. Brian Sutter, MD. He actually goes into depth on the injury to Cody Rhodes, where he states that Cody went out there with a torn bicep. He talked about the differences in torn biceps, the major, which is basically from your pectoral region, your chest, your nipple, and all that, all the way over here to your bicep. That's your major pec. And when you tear that right off the bone, which it's not actually technically what he said, tearing just right here off the pec area, you're also tearing it off the bicep, which is why you see the bruising all along the arm as well. It's you tear it, it's bleeding, and then the bleeding causes the bruising. So it's all in here. And then there's the other one, the minor, which is down here and a little bit up connected towards your shoulder. But he stated that I've seen a lot of people online saying that the doctor who cleared Cody Rhodes to go out there and wrestle with this injury should be fired. And he said, to be honest, there's a couple things you got to look at. If Cody already knows he needs surgery and knows that it's completely torn off the bone, he can't do any more damage to the injury. Like, the injury is as bad as it's going to get. He said, yes, Cody will be in extreme pain. And depending on how long ago the injury happened, he's not going to have much mobility in the arm. Now, the rumor is that the injury did take place on Friday when Cody was weight training. And he said that if Cody only had the, tear on Friday, then it's not actually all that bad for mobility. He may still have a little bit of the mobility because the actual swelling is not where it's going to be by the impotence of the injury. It still hasn't finished swelling. And because it still hasn't finished swelling over the last 2 days, he's still got a more mobility than you would by like the end of a week or by the time you go in for surgery. He also said that this is not fake. This is not, they put a bunch of makeup on him to make it look like he injured himself. He said one way to tell that you have torn your pec is to look straight on at your nipples or whoever's nipples it is. And whichever one is the torn pec, that nipple, maybe not by much, but that nipple will be drooped down a little bit lower. So say, these are my nipples, my fingers here. And on Cody, he said you kind of couldn't tell because he's moving around so much. But in one shot, he was able to freeze frame. You can tell just slightly down. Just slightly down. And he's like, that's one fail-safe sign of just being able to look and say, that's a torn bicep. He said, plus, when you look at the pec, or not torn bicep, torn pectoral muscle. He said also when you look at the pec, you'll see less definition in it. It'll be more rounded instead of more like defined and chiseled area. And he said, Cody's, you can see some of the swelling already and how more rounded it got instead of actually defined. So I will link you guys. Actually, let me put the link in the Twitch chat if you guys are watching live in Twitch. We can get you the link there. But it's a very informative video about Cody Rhodes and his injury. I will put it in the description when I post this on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you get the description there. And I will, after we finish this live video, I'll tweet it out as well. And I'll put it in the community tab on YouTube as well. So you'll have different areas. It's like a 6-minute video, but it's very informative. And I think that especially if you're someone that's on the fence about this, saying, oh, he wasn't really injured or it might not be really that bad, watch this guy's video. But as far as Cody and his injury do go, we do have an update from Fightful where they wrote the following. The noticeable injury added to the story between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, with many questioning whether or not he should have been able to wrestle. After insisting, Cody was able to compete in the Hell in a Cell main event, and after that, told the Allstate Arena audience that he was going to address the injury on Monday. He is scheduled to be on Raw tonight. And we do have a video of that promo that Cody did cut up right now on the PW Unlimited YouTube channel of him just saying, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't give it everything. I'm hurt, but I'm not going to go into much detail now. I'll give the full story tomorrow night. Now, Fightful does state that sources near Rhodes state that as of this morning, Monday, Cody is slated to undergo surgery to repair the torn pectoral muscle this Thursday. Now, when you ask how long is he going to be out of action, there's a little couple of things we can look at. In WWE, both Triple H and Elias have torn their pec and were out for only 5 months. Now, John Cena also tore his pec and was back in less than 4, but John Cena is a fucking machine. John Cena is a machine. So, when I was saying last night, minimum 3 to 4, that was minimum 3 to 4 for a regular person that's not going to go out there and need to do extra rehab because you're going to be an athlete, athletic, doing things athletically. But 5 months could be that sweet point for Cody. If both Triple H and Elias were able to come back in 5 months, I could see that. Because a lot of people last night were saying 6 months, 6 months, 6 months to 8, 6 to 8. A lot of people kept trying to say 6 to 8, 6 to 8. But, Cody, for as much as we know as far as him and his workouts and how dedicated he is to those workouts and his training and all that, I can see Cody getting back in 5 months. I can really see it. 5, 6 months. So if that's the case and he gets surgery this week, June, July, wow, that's wrong. June, July, August, September, October, November, end of the year. Looks like Cody could be out for the remainder of 2022 or for most of the rest of 2022. Well, I think he will be out for the most of the rest of 2022, unfortunately. So that means all those summer plans that we were hearing about, him facing Roman sometime down the line and this and going, not going to happen. Now, as far as the reaction to Cody and his performance last night, WrestleVotes actually tweeted out the following, stating, I've had multiple sources reach out this morning with exemplary words for the performance Cody Rhodes put in last night. Credit to Seth Rollins as well. Yes, credit to Seth Rollins for having to carry that match. And WrestleVotes goes on to state, those at Gorilla were said to have, quote, loved, all in caps, loved the match. A modern day, all-time classic Hell in a Cell that WWE will treat as much going forward. So, that match last night, even if, I said it on my review, that match last night was a great match. But even with Cody being injured, it actually ramped up the intensity of that match. It ramped up the holy crap of that match. To see Cody do the things that he did in that match hurt, knowing that he could barely use his right arm. Damn. But as of right now, it looks like Cody will be undergoing surgery this Thursday to repair the torn pectoral muscle. And then we'll see how long he's out of action. A lot of times, you can, and this happened like with Finn Balor when he did the shoulder injury. They told him, you'll be out 4 or 5 months. They got in there and go, oh, it's worse than we thought. So hopefully they don't go in there and tell Cody, oh, it's worse than expected. And there we go. But 5, 6 months seems like that point of recovery time for what Cody's going to need. And we'll see how it all does go once he does have the surgery later this week.